Many hundreds of University of Auckland students and supporters have rallied today to protest against the closure of several specialist libraries. The university's architecture and planning, music and dance and fine arts libraries are all earmarked for closure. But students say they haven't been consulted about what it means, and they fear what the closures will mean for their learning and research, and for the sense that the university is losing something as an institution. Our reporter Sarah Robson was there.
We will not be generalised. We want libraries specialised. We will not be generalised.
Led by a band from the music school, hundreds of students carrying banners and placards marched from the university's General Library to the office of the Vice-Chancellor. One of them was third-year fine arts student Rose Burge. She says it feels like the university is taking resources away from students with its library closure proposal.
It feels like a betrayal, like they're saying it's a staffing issue, but for us it's a huge student issue, and I don't believe that they've gone about it in the right way.
Gabriela Jimenez Rojas studies planning and urban design. The Architecture and Planning Library is set to be demolished, and she's worried about how they'll access the books they need.
We're visual people and we need those around us. We need the ability to look at something and be inspired by it because it's in front of us, and not have to think of, this might be something I need in terms of my research, and then I have to go looking for it. It's not the way architecture works, it's not the way planning works. We're driven by what's around us.
Under the proposal, the specialist libraries will be merged with the General Library. But because there's not enough space there, some of the books will be put into storage. That means students will have to request books, and it'll take 24 hours for them to be delivered. Gabriela Jimenez Rojas says some people are rethinking their future study plans.
I know I'm rethinking definitely doing my urban design masters and my planning masters here, because I don't know whether the resources are going to help me and whether they're going to give me the scope that I need, and maybe I need to go somewhere else to be able to get all of that. So if the university is trying to drive students away, it's doing a very good job.
The Auckland University Students Association President Anna Kuzak says students haven't been consulted on the library closure proposal.
We want the process to be halted before it goes to a panel. So it's going to go to a panel, there's no students on that panel, we've been asking and we're not allowed to have any students on that panel, and we're not allowed to have any avenues of official consultation. So we want it now to be halted and for students to actually get a say on these spaces.
Anna Kuzak says they understand they can't be involved in any decision making around employment issues, but they should be able to have a say about the spaces students use. Rachel Ashby, who finished her honours degree in fine arts last year, says the university has ignored the views of its biggest stakeholders.
That's really absolutely unacceptable for a university to neglect its largest stakeholder, to neglect the people that it predominantly exists for, as its researchers and its students, and to refuse them access into a process that is fundamentally challenging their major resources is completely unacceptable.
And Rachel Ashby says they're not giving up.
We're not going to be quiet about this, we care about our specialist librarians. There's 45 jobs on the line here. We care about these spaces, they're our community gathering points, and that's something that the university fundamentally hasn't understood because they haven't talked with us.
The students wanted to present a petition to the university's Vice-Chancellor, Stuart McCutcheon, but they were locked out of the Clock Tower building and had to hand it over to the head of security instead. A university spokeswoman said the university had no response to the students' calls for the consultation process to be halted so their views could be included. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi, ko Sarah Robson, aho.